Phillips gets the sign from Stadler. Now the 1-2. Swung on, hit sharply off Phillips' glove. Oliver Fields steps on second for one, throw to first, in time. A double play, and Indiana tightropes out of the jam. Speaking of talented young players, Jason Oliver has an opposite field base hit. He swings at the first pitch and hits it all the way to the wall. Wiggins rounding third as he loses his batting helmet. He's going to score all the way from first. Oliver on his way to third, a headlong dive, and he's in safely with an RBI triple. Karen leads off of first, one away for Gabe Swanson. And he hits the first pitch well, deep left field. This ball is gone into the Nebraska bullpen. 6-1 Huskers in the fifth. And the Indiana student section chanting, "You can't do that." They are quite lively. Everybody mostly dressed in white in this contest. 10-9 Indiana, 5:10 left, first quarter. Scalia on the left wing shoots a three and hits it. Garzone inbounds to Moore McNeil. Hasn't touched the ball yet. Now she waits, picks it up at half court with 5-4. Moore McNeil dribbles to the free throw line, puts up a jumper short. Bargesser, second chance. Good! At the buzzer! Chloe Moore McNeil calling out a play from between the circles. She gives it to the right side for Scalia. Scalia looks, now dribbles towards the corner, drives inside to Holmes at the right elbow. Holmes spins her way and lays it in. And Indiana leads by 6 just 2 minutes into the second quarter, 28-22. Molly Davis hands it off to Clark. Long three from the left wing. Oh my! That's what she does so well, but it still blows you away every time you see it. And Clark cuts it to three with a long tray. Moore McNeil in Indiana looking to respond as Moore McNeil runs the point, drives to the left block, forces her way inside, missed the layup. Bargesser grabs the board, ball fakes, puts it back up, and finishes. A defensive breakdown by Indiana, and we're back to an 8-point game, 45 seconds to play. Bargesser, top of the key to Garzone on the right wing, way out. Ball fakes, now dribbles right, hands off to Scalia. Scalia back further to the right, now to Garzone for another three try. Got it! Yarden Garzone buries another one, and Indiana leads by 11 once again. Bargesser back the other way with numbers. Bargesser on the left wing, dribbles towards the lane, heaves it cross court. Parrish, a right wing three. Yes! Indiana by 17, and the roof almost came off Assembly Hall. Will Walsh, the man who has not pitched more than 6 innings in a game this season, will try to close out a complete game and keep Nebraska alive in Omaha. Bottom of the ninth, Huskers 4, Indiana 2. The Hoosiers, the designated road team in this game. But you wouldn't know it by all the Husker fans cheering on their starting pitcher who has been fantastic today. But his pitch count has eclipsed the century mark. He's had 100 pitches through 8 innings, allowing 2 runs on 5 hits, but Indiana has just 1 hit since the start of the 3rd inning.
And Nick, something to watch for too. We talked about it earlier. Joey Brancheski's on deck, so that means Devin Taylor's out of this game. Indiana's best hitter would be due up 4th, but he's had a struggle. He struggled today at the plate.
First pitch strike to Jason Oliver on pitch 101 from Walsh, a 70-mile-per-hour off-speed pitch.
And something to note, Andrew Wiggins does have a bat in the Indiana dugout.
Pitch to Oliver, chopped on the ground, foul to the third base side. Walsh has made his living inducing weak contact early in counts. Just 3 strikeouts today.
3 doubles in the first couple of innings for Indiana. It looked like he didn't know how long Walsh was going to go. It hit a walk and a hit by pitch, too.
The 0-2 misses low. Josh Karen, the catcher for Nebraska, points his glove at Walsh as if to say, "I like that pitch." His 4th strikeout of the day would bring the fans to their feet. Low and in, Oliver watches ball 2.
And Walsh, the biggest thing, he does not struggle with command at all game long. He has 1 walk, 1 hit by pitch. We talked about those 2 came in the first 2 innings.
Now the 2-2. Bounces ball 3, and you wonder how big of a leash Walsh is going to get. Nebraska stranded a pair in the top half of this inning. Indiana only trails by 2. If Oliver reaches, the tying run comes to the plate. Now the payoff. Swung on, lined into shallow right field. This is going to drop in for a base hit. Oliver rounds but stops his at first as Silva throws the ball in. And Oliver trying to pump up the Indiana third base dugout. Quiets the Nebraska fans. Oliver fought off an inside pitch. Now the tying run comes to the plate, represented by Joey Brancheski.
Andrew Wiggins, something to note once again, Andrew Wiggins puts down his bat, and Cal Sefcik picks up a bat because it looks like it is going to be the lefty. Now, if I was Mercer, I would pinch hit both of them, one of them in place for Stadler.
First pitch, taken outside, a throw behind the runner. He dives back in safely. Bruncheski 0 for his last 10, dating back to the middle game of the Michigan series in Bloomington, which took place 8 days ago. Bruncheski did not play on Thursday. Oliver off first. Bruncheski takes low and in, 1-1 the count.
I just don't see a reason Jake Stadler would be hitting in this situation.
Well, also, you don't really want, I would think, if this game goes to extras, you don't want a freshman, TJ Schuyler, catching in that big of a spot. Because Nebraska is a team that steals a lot of bases, and Schuyler, obviously not experienced in these kinds of situations at the college level.
Yeah, but you have to get to extras first is the biggest thing. And I just...
Oliver off first, the 1-1. Taken high and away.
We have seen Stadler pinch hit for a good amount this year in those spots.
Walsh's pitch count now at 109. By far his longest outing this season. The 2-1. Misses outside, ball 3. Walsh has not gone longer than 6 innings this season, and the last time he did that was 2 months ago against North Dakota State at the end of March.
Jeff Mercer stepped out of the Indiana dugout, called time, asked something to the umpires. Not sure what it was.
Trying to clarify the count, maybe. It is 3-1. Oliver leads off first. Bruncheski in the box represents the tying run. Outfielders shift towards the left field line. The 3-1. A strike. Not really sure what Bruncheski was looking for there. It was middle in, something soft, but he watched it go. Now the count is full.
Now Wiggins does have a bat. I think you have both of them in because you don't know if it's going to be a lefty or righty.
Full count. The pitch. Swung on and missed. 2 outs to go for Will Walsh. Jake Stadler comes to the plate next for Indiana. 1 away, Huskers up 2. Win this game, and you'll play Indiana again with a chance to move to the Big Ten championship. A double play would end it here. Third baseman Overbeek, even with the bag and on the third base grass, perhaps anticipating a bunt. Middle infield in double play depth. Stadler watches strike 1.
I don't know if I'd really expect a bunt down 2 with 1 out here at the bottom of the ninth, but that is where Overbeek's playing.
Oliver not a stolen base threat. Attempted just 1 all season. Stadler takes strike 2. And after back-to-back 3-ball counts to start the inning, Walsh is pounding the zone against Stadler. 2 quick strikes against the Indiana catcher, and the Husker fans come to their feet. Walsh delivers. Stadler hits it in the air, shallow right field and foul ground. Long run. Stokes, Columbus, and Evans all converge, but it drops 5 rows back. Stadler at the bottom of this Indiana lineup, batting just .277 entering this game. Hit it hard, but lined out to Riley Silva, the speedy center fielder, back in the 7th. Trying to keep Indiana alive. The pitch. Chopped on the ground to second, might be 2. Stokes to second for 1, and that's all they'll get. It was a low throw, and Stadler, even the catcher, was going to beat the relay to first, but now there's 2 away, and the pinch hitter for Indiana will be Andrew Wiggins.
Cal Sefcik was the one standing on deck, and Wiggins does not have a ton of at-bats against lefties this year. A really interesting move. But Wiggins did have the start yesterday for Indiana, and now Nebraska's Will Holt is out asking something. Is he gonna ask for interference at second base?
Well, again, reviewing for interference on a slide into second base. Here's the call.
After further review, the call on the field is confirmed. There is no fourth place.
In the least shocking development of the day, that call does not change. There was nothing there.
I still think this might have more chance of big interference than yesterday's Illinois-Iowa game. I mean, it's about 0% to 0%. But
exactly.
Like you said, weird things happen when Big Ten goes to replay, and every call has been confirmed, it's felt like. So it's going to be a lefty-on-lefty, Andrew Wiggins, another substitution to look at. Brandon Burkell is now running for Jake Stadler. So that's what I don't understand. They're willing to pin. They've showed they're willing to take Jake Stadler out of this game. Why does he hit?
Because Stadler's been swinging it relatively well this week, but right now it's irrelevant because Andrew Wiggins, who got the start on Thursday against Ohio State with a right-hander on the mound, hits, in perhaps the biggest moment of the tournament so far. And Jeff Mercer says no moment is too big for Andrew Wiggins, who watches the first pitch from Will Walsh miss low. Wiggins has not faced a lot of left-handed pitchers this season, but in a small sample size overall, he's been very good. Just 50 at-bats, 15 hits, and the 1-0 bounces to the plate. Pitch number 118 from Will Walsh makes the count 2-0.
And he probably has second or third best raw power on this Indiana team up there with Taylor and Carter Matheson.
Burkell off of first. Wiggins at the plate represents the tying run and watches a 2-0 strike.
Nothing wrong with watching that pitch on a 2-0, but it's still overall, he has watched a lot of pitches go by down the middle of the zone this tournament.
Walsh, the 2-1. Strike two. And Indiana down to its final strike. The Husker fans come to their feet. Walsh looking for his first complete game of the season in his longest outing in 2 months. He comes set. The lefty fires. Swung on and missed. Strike three. Nebraska stays alive. The players are mobbing Will Walsh on the mound. They come storming out of the bullpen from the gate that never opened during the game. His second career complete game, both of them here in Omaha. Indiana finds Garzone at the top of the key with 15 on the shot clock. Lob inside to Holmes, double teamed, and she lost it. Martin comes away with the steal. Clark a long pass ahead for a Fulter who lays it in. Iowa back into single digits. Indiana up 9, under 4 to play, 73-64 Hoosiers. Moore McNeil crosses the timeline as the Indiana fans come to their feet looking to will their team to an upset. Moore McNeil stops on the left wing, finds Scalia straight away. Scalia dribbles to the nail, now drives to the right side on Martin. Tough layup, she missed it but was fouled. Martin sent her to the deck. Scalia was falling away from that shot. She'll go to the stripe for 2.
And Indiana's offense has really slowed down these past few minutes. That's why they haven't gotten a lot of open looks. They can't be worried about running out the clock. With 3:37, that's plenty of time. You still have to run your same offense. You obviously don't want a quick shot, but you want a quality look.
Scalia knocks down her 7th free throw of the day to make the lead 10 once again, 74-64. Scalia fires up the second, and she's a perfect 8 for 8 from the charity stripe. 75-64 Indiana. Iowa needs a run right here. Clark drives her way into the lane, misses the layup. Stolke with the board, blocked away on the second effort. And they're saying, I think that the ball went out of bounds.
I think that hit the line. I mean, they have to say it hit the line. I'm not sure if it actually did.
It seems like the referees are getting paid on commission at this point. Clark to inbound under the basket with 18 on the shot clock. Give and go from Stolke. Clark for 3. Missed the side of the rim, and it goes out of bounds. Indiana basketball.
Great job by Chloe Moore McNeil, chasing Caitlin Clark off that screen, fading to her left. She can make that shot, but that is extremely difficult.
And again, it goes back to the idea Indiana's not giving up a lot of open looks. 75-64 Hoosiers, 3:18 to play. Scalia, right wing, guarded closely by Marshall, finds Holmes at the top of the key. Holmes looking for Garzone on a handoff, lobs it behind the back. She gets it, has it stripped away. Iowa with the steal. Clark back the other way for the Hawkeyes. Bounces inside to Stolke, who lays it off the glass and in.
And that was Caitlin Clark making the great defensive play. And I'm surprised Iowa's not full court pressing, because Indiana's been in trouble a few times this year with the full court press. Ohio State used it to beat the Hoosiers earlier this season. Moore McNeil with a nice spin move, bounces to the right side for Holmes. And she's got 22. Iowa needs a bucket. Iowa down 11 at this stage, 2:35 left, and they respond with a layup from Kate Martin to cut it back to a 9-point game. 2.5 to play, Indiana on top. Now a bit of full court pressure, and Clark is called for the foul. Moore McNeil ate up the contact, and Caitlin Clark now has 2 personal fouls. Indiana also now in the bonus the rest of the way. But that's not a smart foul. If you're trapping and you get a reach-in foul, so be it. But one-on-one at about the half-court line, and a silly bump by Caitlin Clark. And that's that bump that she uses so much and usually gets away with the no call. Moore McNeil's first free throw is no good. And those are free throws Indiana absolutely has to have. We mentioned it earlier.
They're one of the 5 worst free throw shooting teams in the conference. In a 9-point game, that can make or break it. Moore McNeil's second free throw is good. And it's back to a 10-point contest. 2:26 to play. Iowa down 10 with the ball. Clark from 35, too strong. Rebound, Parrish. She's tied up, gets it away to Garzone. Back to Moore McNeil. Clark did not need to force that shot. Moore McNeil with a chance to make her pay. Dribbles around Clark, who hits the deck. Iowa fans want to call. They don't get it. Now Scalia dribbles to the right side, finds Garzone. Back to Scalia for 3. Yes! Scalia, arms in the air. She's got 23. And the lead is back out to 13 with under 2 to play. That may have been the nail in the coffin.